If days are passing by and you didn't see your days, not because they were full of passions, but because you were overwhelmed. If you didn't see the last month go by and you just have no idea what you did, today's episode is for you. We talk about what is life all about. The goal is for you to remember what are your priorities. And I'll give you 4 ideas to be more intentional, to be more focused in your days. So my name is Marie DiTullio. I'm the founder of Evolving Playground. I like to start the day with gratitude, because I think that's always, think of what you're grateful for. Anything. You can write it in the comments if you want. That would be wonderful too. I want to start with gratitude because that's something that elevates you beyond your problems right now. So you think of something better. Last week when we talked about your mission, we talked about the amount of pleasure or fun you have in your life on a day-to-day basis. We talked about the significance of what you do on a daily basis. Is it important for you what you do at work, what you do in your activities, how with the kids? We talked about the quality of your relationships. And do you feel like you're contributing to life? Do you feel you're doing something good that has an impact on people? Because at the end of your life, you will ask questions and you'll want to be happy with the answers, right? So what will be the answers at the end of your life? So if you think about it now, then you'll know that at the end of your life, you'll be satisfied with the answers. So the first thing I want to bring to mind is, let's talk about, I want to talk about what's the goal of life. And I'm not pretending that I have all the answers. I'm just giving you ideas. If you think they're good, great. If you don't think they're either, you decide. But if I'm thinking about the goals in life, I know we're all unique. We're all unique. We all know that. We're all unique. But maybe being unique is part of our mission. Maybe being unique is part of our purpose. To be unique, to be proud, and to be proud of it, and to use it to the best of our abilities. Because people tend to worry about rejection. But if everybody's different, you don't need to be rejected, right? You don't need to be part of the group. We're all unique. We're all different. We all don't belong. So you could be you, and you could be happy to be you and happy to be unique. I think that's the beauty of the world. Everybody is different. But also that leads me to the other side of that. If you want to be accepted, if you want to be unique and be proud to take your place and just be you and different, you must have that acceptance for others. They could be unique. They could be themselves. It's okay that they're different in you. Welcome it. We don't want everybody the same. That would be boring. Second idea also, if we are 7 billions on Earth, then 7 billions of people that think like us, that act like us, that are like us, then maybe our goal somehow is to create relationships. Maybe our goal is to learn from each other, to guide each other, to hold hands, to worry or take care of others. Think about it. Did you ever appreciate when someone guided you, when you felt off track, when you were lost, when you didn't know where you were going? Did you appreciate someone guiding you? Well, maybe you could be that someone for someone else as well. So I'm thinking that maybe if there's that 7 billion humans, then maybe our goal is to help each other, support each other, and move in that direction. So maybe the goal of life is to be us, to be unique, to be ourselves, and to help others somehow. And this leads me to, how can I do that? And to do that, I think you need to be more intentional on a daily basis. If every day I'm intentional and focused on where I want to be, how I want to be, who I want to be, then I guess at the end of my life, it means that I've been that person, right? So let me share with you a few tricks. First thing first, I think we are all responsible for the energy that we bring forth. And I think it's Oprah that was saying that she was really shocked when once she came into a room and she said, there's a flyer that kind of said, you're responsible for the energy you bring in this place. And I think that's important. Think about someone that has just a beautiful energy. When that person comes in, like the room lights up and people are just happy. That person brings an energy. That person made a choice. That person is human. So as a human being, that person has issues, problems, circumstances, but she chose to bring that energy with her, right? So a different way to look at it. Let's see, when you come home, are you bringing the energy of work, the problems at work, or are you just bringing that energy of my focus is my family, the most important part of my life, and I'll be 100% with them. And I'll be at work tomorrow. That's why I'll bring work back. Or let's say you have to help your kids with school homework. Are you in the, I don't have time, I don't want to help you because I have to do the laundry, I have to do the dinner, and I have to do this and this and this, and the list could go on forever? Or are you fully focused, really trying to help your child get the best of this moment with you and getting the best of the lesson? Where is your focus? What is your intention? What I'm saying is, at every moment, you have a choice. You decide the energy that you bring. I think every single Inspiration episode, I bring Viktor Frankl to the table. Viktor Frankl with Men's Search for Meaning kept on saying, we are responsible for the energy, in all of the circumstances that we are in, we can still decide how we're going to think, how we're going to act. Wow. No one can come into your head and tell you what to think. That's freedom. You can decide what you want to think. You can decide how you want to display yourself. I'm not saying it's easy. There's going to be work, but the first step is notice that you have a choice. You can decide how you're going to move forward. And in a way, I want to go back to you helping your kids, because they feel the energy, right? They feel the love that you bring. They feel, maybe it's an energy of frustration, or I don't have enough time. You decide the energy that you bring. But the energy, the enthusiasm that you bring, they cannot see that, right? They cannot measure it, but they feel it. And they will remember that for the rest of their life, long after you're gone. So you decide what you're going to leave them with. But maybe you want to leave them with positive stuff, which is just beautiful values, which is just an energy of joy and love. You decide what you're going to bring to the table, but you needed to know that part first, right? If someone is all negative, no matter what happens, it's always and they just feel like life is happening to them, what's the mistake in that? Well, the issue with that is kind of like, it's that they feel they have no control over their life. And what we're saying here is, you have the control. And when you take the control that you have the freedom to decide how you're going to act. When you decide to take that freedom, then you can be happy, and then you can choose the way things are going to move forward. It changes the energy fully. It's just, there's just something magic about realizing that the energy that you have, you decide how it lights up the room. You can decide it's going to light up the room with the frustration energy, or you can decide that it's going to light up the room with just love, joy, and fun. but you can choose the emotions you're going to live. It's magic. You decide what you're going to feel. You are in control. And I love that. So, second trick about living your life more intentionally. The second and the third trick are kind of together, but to allow yourself to be more useful, to have more moments where you help other people. Because you can find ways to help people, right? You can you can open the door at the grocery store for someone. You can find the elderlies and find ways to help them. Someone that has so many things in their hands, you can just help them. Someone moving, a friend moving, just ask them, when are you moving? Can I come and help you? Seriously, they're gonna be impressed. We don't see that many friends that do that. I don't know for you, but that's not the way I was raised. And so for me, it's not natural. I have to get out of my comfort zone. But you know what? Every single time I do it, it's a pleasure. So I'm learning to do it more and more and more. When you see someone that always gives of their time, that's always generous with the moments where they help people, the first thing that came to mind for me when I think of these people, I just find them all so wow, so amazing. So why not do it yourself? Why not do it more, right? And that doesn't just go for friends, helping people you don't know. It also works for how can you help more at home? How could you help more at work? The goal is, I'm not saying to give, like to be just all one way or all the other way, like I have my priorities, I don't have time, or I'll just help other people, but I'm find equilibrium, find balance between the two. And when you're in balance, you're just going to be happier anyways, right? So one way or the other, I want to give to others, and I want it to be useful every day with little bits of things, because then people that are closer to me help me as well, right? So it's give and take, right? That's what life is. We live together. Another thing I want you to think of giving is more of your time. Give more of your time. Right. The most precious thing on earth, give more of it. And I'm talking to myself as well here. People that give generously, they all say how much it brings them, how it makes them feel amazing. Volunteer work is just something that you must plan ahead. I'm saying this because if you're like me, you're passionate about everything you do, you're not going to find time for volunteering. So you need to put it in your schedule ahead of time. And you can even call a place. I'll be available on that day. Could I be able to help you? I'm suggesting you come out of your comfort zone and you do something you haven't done before. Why? Well, first of all, it's going to help you grow, find new skills, develop new skills. So that's always good. It's going to help you discover different people. And it makes you a better person. So that's a win-win situation, right? But to me, there's more than that. It's also remembering to give outside of your immediate interest. Because let's say people working in the personal development industry, it's really easy to say, oh, I don't give of my time because my work is giving all the time. But you give for your own interest. That's not the same as just being generous with something that's completely out of your comfort zone. There's so many resources that help people in need. Why not find one of them and help them? You're going to find, it's definitely a winner to open your heart. Definitely. And so I believe it's a good thing. Put giving more volunteering work on your agenda every month. It could be every week. The more you give, it will come back to you no matter what. So go for it. Fourth idea that I think is really important, talking about your values. Talking about the real things. What is life about? With your family, with your friends, with your colleagues. Imagine a person that goes to, because we see that all the time. Let's say personal development seminar for 3 days, and they're in that seminar and they're going to do this, 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 and this, and beautiful, and they're jam-packed with ideas. They're like on fire. They're going to change their life around and everything's going to be changed. And they come back home, they put the notes away, if they even took notes, and just never go back to it. You think the energy that was right there will stay there? Absolutely not, right? Because it's not in their face regularly. So it's the same principle here. Let's say you have values, but are your kids aware of your values? Do you say them out loud? I know that your actions sometimes prove them, but there's something more about saying your values. And if you don't talk about the real things in life, things that have meaning, well, what do you talk about? What do you talk about with your kids? You need to talk about the things that have meaning, right? It's important. And it's important that you tell them about your values, or even your mission. What's your mission in life? If you know your mission, share it. You have to be very intentional about it. Because I've asked my mother what were her values in life, and she wrote the list just before passing. And that to me was amazing, because when I look at the list now, I remember all kinds of souvenirs where she acted according to those things. But I wouldn't have put words on it. Now it's so much clearer, and I can see the better person she is, right? Because if we don't talk about the real things with our family, with our friends, then what do we talk about? Do we talk about the weather? Seriously, the weather. Is there something that's... It just is. We don't even need to talk about it. And I mean, there's no arguing. It just is. Or I know so many people that know everything that happened in Angelina Jolie's life, right? Who cares? Let's talk about what's in our life. Let's talk about our values, what we want of life, what we want to teach. You know, as a leader, and a mom is just the biggest leader. As a leader, your job is to be always, always, always talking about what's important. And when you're very intentional with what's important, then in your life starts to manifest what's important. It's like our language, the words we use, manifest our destiny. Our destiny becomes our reality, right? Our reality, you always have a choice. You can complain, you can be thinking about everything that doesn't work, or you can talk about, that's going to become your reality, or you can talk about everything like the important stuff in your life, your values, your strength, the qualities you see in someone else, the strength of character of someone else. You can talk about that, and that's what you're going to see in everyone. So there's so many things you can talk about that have meaning, significance. So find a way to be more intentional every day, to just at least have a bit more and more and more of that. And last idea, I think it's a very important idea. And we started with gratitude, and that's why I bring this example or trick last, a gratitude journal. You know, you can choose to focus on you did 10 things today, there's 7 that were good or fine or some great, and there are 3 of them that were just not what you wanted, not in the wrong direction. You could choose to focus on those 3, or you can choose to focus on the other 7, right? Most people will focus on the 3. The gratitude journal is to help you focus on the 7 that works, right? That's important. That's where you want to be. So when you know that things are not going great, find a way to focus on your gratitude. I want you to celebrate life, to absorb, or to let yourself feel the gratefulness. If you feel you have nothing to be grateful for, just think about it. Right now, I don't know, you're seeing my face through some kind of object. Be thankful for that object. You're probably sitting on something. Be thankful for that. You can find joy in just small little things. And, you know, nothing happened just by chance. You could take them a chance, you could say it's an opportunity, you could say you created it, you didn't create it, whether it's a gift, a miracle, opportunities, whatever it is, whether you planned it ahead or not, just take it. Allow yourself to have gratitude for what's there and what's helping you move further. At the end of your life, you're going to wonder, did I appreciate life? Did I have fun along the adventure? Did I like the adventure? Did I love the adventure? So remember, you'll have your answer to that question will depend mostly on these 5 things. Were you regularly responsible for your energy? Did you remind yourself to bring the energy that you want? I don't know what's the energy that you want to bring. Did you remind yourself of that? Did you help people more often? Did you give generously of your time? Did you talk about what has lots of meaning for you? Did you talk about the real stuff about life, the real important stuff? Did you write a gratitude journal? When you do all of that, you're more intentional every single day, and therefore you're moving in the right direction every single day. So our mission, to me, I believe it's a day-to-day thing, and the world needs more people that are focused and intentional. They need people that live a passionate life. They need people that live their mission fully every single day, and that inspires them to live a life that's intentional. And you do that every single day when you focus on your potential. Someone that's full of energy is just so much better for everyone. It has it's an energy that's shared that just helps everyone around. And you could be that person with plenty of energy. You can live a life that's absolutely extraordinary. And you can make a difference. I believe in you. And we will all ask at the end of our lives, did I participate fully? And I believe you want a yes to that question, so you need to start today. So I hope you liked today's episode talking about our mission. I had fun doing it. I'm thankful you were there with me. And so if you like this episode, please thumbs up, and please, I'm spitting. Please share. Next episode is next Wednesday. And have a great week. Remember, life is your playground, right? You only have one body, one way to play it. So I want you to get in the game. I want you to participate fully. And when's the best moment to do that? Right now. So right now, I want you to focus on your 3 priorities. What are your 3 priorities? And then set your next right action. On that note, have a absolutely wonderful week.